Hey friends, this is Shereé, and today I'm going to be sharing with you all the things that I made in the month of February. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're a returning person, thank you so much for your continued support. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a video. Now for this video, I have partnered with Be Kind, which is a jewelry store, and each of the items that I made in the month of February was inspired by a jewelry piece that was sent to me. All right, let's get into it. I'm excited to be partnering with Be Kind Shop for this video. Be Kind Shop was created with the mission to help protect bee colonies around the world. They donate a portion of every purchase made on their website towards developing bee colonies and providing them with the best possible conditions. Be Kind is a proud partner of bee-friendly farming. Bee-friendly farming helps incorporate affordable, simple, science-based guidelines, offering nutrition and habitats for bees and integrated pest management strategies. The program helps to ensure the future of both pollinators and sustainable agriculture as it expands across the North America and around the globe. Be Kind Shop has some really beautiful jewelry. All of the pieces on the website were inspired by their mission to save the bees, and I just love everything that they have to offer. They specialize in 925 sterling silver jewelry as well as 18 karat gold plated jewelry. In addition to selling jewelry on their shop, they also sell bee-themed bracelets and plushies, as well as keychains, pins, and sticker packs. A lot of love and detail goes into crafting each and every piece that they sell in their shop. And when they mail you your package comes in the most beautiful boxes that has sunflowers on it, and it's just such a wonderful gift to receive in the mail. Their products would be the perfect gift for anyone, including a little special something just for yourself. One of the things that I love about the jewelry in this shop is that not only is it beautiful and unique, but each piece symbolizes strength, health, happiness, vitality, and prosperity. It is meant to be a reminder as you're wearing it to live your best life and to live in positivity and to take pride in yourself and what you do and what you believe in. I absolutely love the jewelry in this shop, and I hope that you check them out and support this business. Be Kind graciously sent me some jewelry items, and these items actually are what inspired each of the looks that I created for this video. The first thing that they sent me is the Honey Drop Bundle. Now it does come with additional pieces, but I personally only wear earrings and necklaces. I don't like to have a lot of jewelry on my hands aside from my wedding ring, and so the Honey Drop Bundle is this gorgeous sterling silver necklace, and if it stops jiggling, hopefully you can see that there is a drop of honey and there's a little bee that's sitting on top. It's so beautiful. I'll insert pictures so that you can get a better idea of what this looks like. I love this. Now, one of the things that you're going to see in the mix that I made is that most of them have a shade of yellow or are fully a bright yellow, and that's because if you haven't come to my channel before, you don't know this, but it's because yellow is one of my favorite colors to wear. It brightens my mood, it makes me happy, and I thought it would be really nice to create some fun pops of yellow, especially entering into spring. And so this necklace right here sparked the creativity process for the dress that I made. It also came with this beautiful honey drop earring. I'll see if I can show you this way, but you'll also get a close-up on my ears as well as some pictures from online. And it came with a little bee, and it is meant that you wear the little bee on one side and the honey drop on the other side of your ears. And what I want to say about this is that it is, first of all, it's extremely creative. I've never seen an earring quite like this before, but as you can see, I have some very meaty earlobes, so although it's meant to be worn at the bottom of your ear, if you only have a single piercing, you know, that's exactly where it should be in that first piercing. I have such meaty earlobes that I actually had to put it a little bit higher up on my ear and utilize the second hole piercing so that my fat earlobes could fit right into the cuff of the earring. It worked out nicely for me, so if you are like myself and you have meaty earlobes and also a double piercing, then you might want to consider doing that. But otherwise, if you have a thinner earlobe, this will fit you just fine. But I really like this bundle, and it inspired me to make a Billie sweatshirt dress. Now, I've made this dress 2 times before, and the Billie sweatshirt dress is by Tilly and the Buttons, and this is what the pattern cover looks like. I love this dress so much because, first of all, it's very easy to put together. It has big, deep pockets, and it's extremely comfortable and cozy, and I'm all about that. I work with children, so when I can be cute and comfortable at the same time, it's a winner, okay? So I chose to use this beautiful yellow sweatshirting fabric that I got from Girl Charlie, and I did use some cuffing fabric for my wrist cuffs as well as my hemband. And I just love the way it came out. I wear it feeling like a giant bumblebee and it makes me so happy. And as you can see, I've added some vinyl applique on the front. I used my Cricut Maker to cut out this vinyl image, and the image was purchased on Etsy, and it just has a little bee and it says kind. I think this is such a sweet little dress, and I definitely think it fits in really nicely in my wardrobe. The kids in my classroom will definitely get a kick out of it, and I personally just love the way it makes me feel when I'm wearing it. The Girl Charlie sweatshirt fabric is really great. They have some that tend to ball up a bit. I've purchased so many colors, you guys, because I really enjoy it, and also the price is unmatched. But this actually was a really nice cut of fabric, and it did not behave as finicky as the pink fabric that I showed in last month's video. So I really enjoyed this, and I want to say that the fabric was something around $6.50 a yard, which is unbelievable for sweatshirt fleece. So that's really nice. And then also I added one of my Kylie in the Machine tags here, clothing tags, and it says one of a kind. I think that looks so good, and I'm extremely proud. I definitely love these big, deep pockets. You cannot go wrong with a dress that has pockets, okay? All right, so that dress was inspired by the Honey Drop jewelry collection. The next item of jewelry that was sent to me is the blooming sunflower necklace. I love this necklace so much. It is such a beautiful necklace. I hope you can see the shine on it. It's so gorgeous. I will insert closer up pictures so that you can get a better idea. I love wearing this. It's so gorgeous. I definitely don't want to wear it to work because I do have little ones that like to grab on me, and I could see them pulling on it and me being very stressed out, so I won't be wearing it for work. But over the weekend, it's just such a gorgeous statement piece. Now this also comes in a bundle, and it comes with earrings as well, but I personally just fell in love with this necklace, and I actually might go back and get the earrings because they're stunning. But I'm so happy that I received this piece, and this piece actually inspired the next item that I made. This lovely big voluminous sleeve blouse is actually the Anne puff sleeve dress, and this is by Lydia and Naomi. Now her patterns don't have a colorful picture cover, but this is what the pattern line drawings looks like. Now Lydia Naomi is a YouTuber, and she has a really great following. She's young, she's beautiful, and she's got some great creative patterns on her website, and this is one of them. I love this so much. Now in the versions that she's created on her YouTube channel and shared, she has a contrasting color band on the bottom of the sleeve, so this bottom half is actually a different piece of fabric, different color, as well as the waistband, and I want to say the facing. But I personally just wanted to use all of this gorgeous, gorgeous flower fabric. Now this fabric is from House of Mamiwata, and it is an African wax print fabric. It washed up so nicely. It's soft to the touch, irons really well. If you've never sewn with African wax print or on Cara fabric before, I highly recommend it, especially if you're a beginner, because it's super easy to sew. It doesn't slip around on your machine. The pieces stay together really nicely, and in some instances I didn't even pin the pieces together before running it through my machine, just because the cotton just stays together really nice. But I love this so much. Again, I added one of those one-of-a-kind clothing labels at the very top by Kylie in the Machine. But if you just look at how unique it is and how special it is, you can totally understand the fact that I felt extremely powerful while wearing this. I got so many compliments and so many people wanted to know where I purchased it. And if you are a person that makes your own clothes, you know what I mean about how flattered you feel when someone thinks that a garment that you're wearing is not only beautiful, but they also want to purchase it. So I definitely had a lot of pride in being able to say that I made it, and also by saying it was a one of a kind and that they could not purchase the top. So anyways, this pattern was actually really simple to follow. I will say that the instructions for the pattern are a bit lacking. If you're used to an indie pattern like tilling the buttons that gives really beautiful, clear instructions that go along with a picture for each step in the pattern, you're not going to get that with Lydia Naomi's patterns. However, she has taken the extra step of creating a sewing tutorial video for every single pattern that she has on her website, and her tutorials are very clear and it's so easy to just sew along with her. And that's actually what I did. I do like to see pictures for each of the steps in the pattern. So for me, I kind of wanted more from the actual pattern, but once I watched her sew along video, it just helped to put all the pieces together, and her videos are very clear and easy to follow. And I just really loved sewing along with her. It was such a nice, project to work on. So I really love this pattern. I can definitely see myself making it in a solid white, a solid black, just so that you have those basic staple colors, but also some other fun African prints. And these sleeves are just unreal. I've never tried on a shirt or seen a shirt with sleeves like this before, and so I'm just totally blown away by this pattern, and I can't wait to make another one. It pairs so beautifully with my necklace, and I just had so much pride in wearing it. The next set of jewelry that was sent to me is the lovely flower bundle, and again, this comes with additional pieces, but I opted for the earrings and the necklace. I love this necklace because it has this really chunky gold chain. It is not heavy in weight, although it looks very substantial. And it is just such a great statement piece. I love chains anyway, but the fact that it's so chunky, oh my gosh, it just is so good. It looks so nice on. It pairs with so many things in my closet, and it's such a statement piece. It looks very simple and even elegant. It's very dainty in the fact that it has this flower, but the chain just elevates it to a new level. And it also has these gorgeous earrings, which are just so darling. They are like a hoop style earring, and they have these gorgeous little flowers that dangle on them. And wearing this set, I have paired it with so many different outfits, and I can tell you that this is definitely one of those sets that is very universal. You can wear it with more relaxed clothing, you can wear it dressed up. I love these two pieces. So the looks that they inspired are actually the remaining looks in my things that I made. And the first thing is a new pattern to me that I have made. This is my second one. This is the Pearl Cardigan by Tilling in the Buttons, and I can't tell you how much I love this pattern. I have made a pink one before, but this bright yellow one is going to get so much love in my closet. And Tilling in the Button patterns are generally really safe patterns for me, because not only are they very clear and the instructions are really nice and there's really great pictures, but they just come out so flattering when I make them. And so I enjoy every single Tilling the Button pattern that I've purchased, but this is one that I could see making over and over again. I definitely could see myself making one in every color of the rainbow, because it's really nice to wear by itself, but it also just looks really good and is easy to put on over so many different outfits. It is a very easy to follow pattern. I don't remember if it is a beginner or an intermediate pattern, but there are no buttons and there are no zippers or anything that is extremely complicated about this sweatshirt. The most complicated thing about the sweatshirt is creating this little hole that you slip the ties through on the sides of the waistband, but that is something that they've actually created a really clear tutorial on how to do, both on YouTube, I believe, as well as on their blog. So it's not something that a beginner can't handle, in my opinion. Now, one thing that I did do that is not in the instructions is that I included a little snap button, and I did that because I found when wearing my pink one, I couldn't keep my band from staying flat straight across while I was wearing it and moving around, and I move a lot with work, so I like the option of being able to snap the wrap together. It is still tied, but this keeps the waistband nice and flat across the front of my jeans. And I just feel like that is pretty much a really great technique for any wrap style shirt. Even if you had, like this one covers my chest really well, it doesn't show any cleavage, but if it had showed some cleavage, I could have easily added a little snap to keep the wrap pieces covered and closed. Well, the same thing goes for this cardigan. By having this snap here, it just keeps it in place. It's a very tiny little thing. I did hand sew it. You do have to hand sew those little snaps. But I love this cardigan so much, and it's going to go with so many things in my wardrobe. It is made out of that same sweatshirt fleece by Girl Charlie in bright yellow. It makes me so happy. And I did add a clothing label, and it says handmade, and it's got these little rainbow colors. It's just a cheery item, and I think I'm going to enjoy wearing it a lot. So this was the next thing that I made. All right, so this lovely make here was intended to look like a toaster sweater. I did mention in a previous video that I was going to be using my Burda Easy patterns instead of purchasing new patterns if it was similar. And so this particular pattern here is actually the Burda Easy. It comes from style 1120. It's a jersey top, which is 113. So this is what it looks like, and there's only one picture online, so it doesn't tell you that this particular pattern actually, not only can it be a sweatshirt, but it actually has the dress skirt pieces, so you can make this a long dress, which is something I think I might do in the future. I love this so much. This is a sweatshirt fleece fabric from Girl Charlie again in navy blue. I purchased so many different colors of their sweatshirt fleece because of the price a year ago, I believe. Maybe a little bit more than a year ago, and I have been making so many projects over the past couple years using that fabric. It's lovely. This one has such a soft feel on the front. Again, it is a nice sweatshirt fabric that did not peel or act funny when I washed it. But I really love this because it has this wonderful neck detail. I will say this particular pattern works best with a thicker, heavier sweatshirt, more structured sweatshirt fabric or sweater knit. For me, this is a bit floppy. I'm holding it so that it's staying up like this, but it's a bit floppy. It kind of wears kind of like this. So even though I used interfacing, it wasn't thick enough to make it hold straight up like that. So keep that in mind if you do purchase this. And if you purchase this pattern, I want to say it's only like $5 or something like that on the Burda Easy website. One of the cool things about this pattern is that it has a split at the wrist of each sleeve. And one of the things I wish I had done is actually done a second roll down on the hem. I didn't realize how much this would want to flop over. When I was taking pictures, I noticed that a lot of my pictures came out with the yellow serging thread showing. Now I do like the yellow serging thread. I chose it on purpose, but I did not like the way it flopped like this in some of my pictures. So I wish I had turned it under one more time so that you couldn't see the serger thread on the inside of the sleeve. It's very long. It comes past the waist, and it's longer in the back than it is in the front. I do love that detail, but it's just such a gorgeous, classic looking sweatshirt. It honestly photographs as though it is more like a jersey knit sweater, a shirt. And not a sweatshirt, but this is actually a sweatshirt, and I was able to tuck it into my jeans really nicely. I love this, the feel of it. I could see myself wearing a lot. I definitely want to make some joggers to go along with that. I definitely think that wearing a pair of joggers with this, it would be a more elevated sweatsuit. And so I definitely want to make some joggers to wear with this, as well as pair this with dresses and skirts and pants in my closet. I love it so much. And I will tell you this, the gold from that jewelry popping on this navy blue, oh, it was such a great combination. And something that you can't see in the pictures is that I actually have some gold accents on my shoelaces, as well as the embellishments on my sneakers are also gold, and it's the same shade of gold as the jewelry. And I just felt like it brought everything all together. You can't go wrong with a classic white sneaker in the first place, but when you add those little gold details, it's everything. So anyways, this was a very easy sew. You can't see this, but the roll down is tacked. I actually tacked it on in the side seam. I stitched in the ditch, but it says to attach it to the seam allowance. But by stitching it in the ditch, I feel like it just holds it down really nicely. Using that same lovely earring and necklace bundle for inspiration, I actually made this gorgeous denim skirt. Oh my goodness. I have been wanting to make a denim skirt for a while, but obviously I was a little nervous. I made McCalls M8149. This is what it looks like. I do have plans to hopefully make one in a faux leather, but this particular pattern has 3 different views, and I made the longest version, which I believe is view C. I chose to use this gorgeous bull denim, which is from LA Finch Fabric. I love this denim so much. It's very sturdy and really nice quality, hard, structured denim. I will say that I washed this denim months ago, folded it, and put it in my stash. So it did have some hard press wrinkles in the fabric that, despite using ironing spray and steam and everything, I couldn't get the wrinkles all the way out. I imagine that this is something that I'll have to press as soon as I take it out of the wash when I wear it. I love this skirt so much because, first of all, it's high-waisted. Second of all, it's jeans. Your girl put together a jean skirt, and I was so proud of myself. But the fly construction was really well described in the instructions. I have a little denim button. I have a functioning, beautiful zipper, guys. And so this is what the zipper looks like. And everything came together really smoothly. I will say that this is one of my more enjoyable sewing makes. I enjoyed every process, including this top stitching, which probably a year ago would have given me anxiety. Now, I did choose to use thread that is the same color as the denim. I just think it looks clean and nice that way, and it allows me to be able to pair it with so much more instead of having a contrasting thread color. I enjoyed the process of making this so much that I actually looked all over online to find out if anyone had already done a sew along on YouTube, and someone has. I believe her name is So Maniacal, and she has a lovely YouTube channel. She has done such a great step-by-step sew along, and I actually reached out to her and I said, man, I wish I had found this video before I started sewing, because I would have loved to sew with you, because she just did such a really wonderful job of explaining all the steps. And even though she had a couple of fails, they were very minor, and she talked her way through how she fixed them. And it was just a fun video to watch. So if you're interested in making this pattern and you feel like you need a little help and support, I do recommend you checking out that video. I will link it in the information section below. I love that this skirt has a wonderful front split, and I just think it's so great. It's great with boots, it's great with tennis shoes, it's great with heels. You can wear it with a sweater, a t-shirt, all kinds of different things. It's classic. I love that it's yellow because it's a pop, but it's also one of those like mustardy, like spicy mustard colors. So it will be nice for any time of the year, and I just love it so much. I feel like it is a neutral for me, even though it is a yellow, and it can go with so many different things. So definitely one of my proudest makes. Everything about it is just beautiful. I will say this though, sizing is always challenging for me because I have such a wide waist. So for the waist, I had to make a size 16. And initially I made a size 16 for the whole skirt, but then when I put it on, it was just way too big. So I will in future skirts grade from the 16 to the 14 so that my hip area and sides aren't so baggy. I did go ahead and trim it down in the sewing process. All the insides look really nice, and I used, serger. But anyways, I was able to take down the sides so that it fit me more appropriately. One thing I will say is that if this being a high-waisted skirt, it did emphasize some bloating that I had the day that I took some pictures. So if you're a person that experiences bloating, you might want to consider a different fabric choice. This denim is very structured and tight and sturdy, and so while it feels nice because it's holding you in, it doesn't allow for any growth, okay, or swelling or puffiness, So if you like bull denim and you like the way mine came out, go for it. It's really high quality fabric. LA Finch Fabric generally has some really great dead stock fabric, and I love the denim that I purchased from them. But I will say that you can tell that I'm a bit bloated because of how fitted and tight the skirt is. So with my next version, I will definitely use a fabric that is a little bit loose. It gives me a little bit more room to stretch. Again, this I plan to do a faux leather skirt at some point using that pattern. I probably do view B because it's not as long as view C, and it actually has a back slit in front of instead of a front slit. The only thing is that there are lots of instances where you baste pieces down, and I'm concerned about puncturing holes in my faux leather that I will then be removing the stitches from, so leaving the holes behind. I will use a leather needle when sewing, but I actually think that I might try using Wonder Tape to do any areas in the pattern where it says to baste, because there were lots of areas that I had to baste pieces in place before sewing them, some of which I felt like was kind of unnecessary, but I understand why they wanted you to do it, so that if you don't like the way it looks, you can pull it out and start over, and it just holds the pieces in place. I definitely think that I can do that with Wonder Tape or something like Wonder Tape. Okay, the very last thing, and quite possibly one of the second most proud things that I've ever made, is a pair of jeans. Okay, so the pair of jeans that I made is the Simplicity SH701. This is what it looks like. And I actually made this version here, only I removed the cuff band, and I had to shorten the legs of the pattern by, I want to say 3 or 4 inches, because I'm only 5'4", so they were definitely too long for me. I definitely had to do that. Now, I will say that in sewing these jeans, it came the day after I made that awesome skirt and I rocked it, right? So I was a little bit overconfident when I was sewing these jeans, and to be perfectly honest, I didn't love the layout of the instructions in the pattern. It was kind of confusing as to which instructions I should be following, and I was multitasking. I do this all the time, right? I watch Netflix and YouTube and all the things while I sew instead of just focusing on my project. So I did make a mistake because I somehow messed something up with the construction of the waistband, which really frustrated me because everything else about this pair of jeans came out so beautifully and exactly the way it was supposed to, that when it came to the waistband, I was like, oh, I got this in the bag. I just did a beautiful waistband yesterday. Well, your girl should have been paying attention, okay? Because I'll show you what I did wrong, but this is the waistband. It looks okay. But the problem is that when I attached the waistband and then I had to go then and trim away the seam allowance, I actually cut too much of the waistband flap here. I don't know what it's technically called. So this right here should extend more out this way and cover the button a little bit better. I barely made it in. I barely had enough to create a buttonhole right there on the edge, and so I did trim too much of the waistband away on the sides of it, and I should have left some so that I would have more room for my buttonhole, and it would have looked a little bit nicer than the way it looks. Now, this is a detail that a seamstress would notice, but the average everyday person probably would not. I did choose to style these jeans with a belt in the pictures, but only because I thought it looked cool and it kind of tied in my shoes to my outfit. But you can definitely wear it without the belt. And actually, the belt loop is so tiny on this waistband that you really want to use a very thin, skinny belt. So I love that these pants have these great back darts in the back. The shaping on these was really great. I love a wide leg jean so much. I do plan to make more of these because not only was this pattern pretty straightforward, I mean, once you were able to navigate the pattern itself and figure out which instructions were appropriate for you, it also has lots of different hacking techniques written into the pattern, which I think was kind of confusing for me. I would have liked all the hacks to be maybe at the end of the instructions instead of mixed throughout. It was just a little bit harder to figure out when I was multitasking. If I wasn't, then I probably would have got it right away. But the instructions were clear, and it was a very easy pair of jeans to put together. I'm super proud of it. I did choose not to do the double or the big wide cuff on the bottom of the pants because I just wanted a clean pair of jeans that stopped at the top of my sneakers, since I will primarily be wearing these with sneakers, although these will look so cute with all of my boots and all of my dress shoes as well. But this style of jean, I think, is just perfect. It made me look really put together, and I felt like I looked sleek and a bit, you know, professional. I felt really confident and powerful while wearing these two items together, paired with that gold jewelry with the chunky necklace. Okay, so now here's one thing that I want to say. This is the first time that I've actually styled a necklace over some type of crawl neck, turtleneck, and draped it over the top. but I'm never going back, okay? It looks so cute together. It looked so intentional. I felt so cool wearing it, and I think that that was probably one of my favorite outfits out of all the outfits that I've put together. And both pieces were really enjoyable to sew, and I definitely can see myself sewing with that pattern again in the future. I am happy that I used this bull denim because it was sturdy and really nice fitting on the body. But I do think that I could probably easily make the same jeans out of a twill fabric or something that's a little less heavy or thick. But I highly recommend the pattern itself because it's easy to follow the instructions. I just don't like the way the instructions were put together in the pattern pack. So that's my only thing. The other thing is that I had initially planned to sew along with Brittany J. Jones because she did a sewing tutorial for these pants, and I totally forgot. Netflix got in the way. So instead of sewing with my girl, which would have probably prevented me from making this mistake on the waistband, I actually just watched Netflix. So if you are a person that needs a little hand holding and you don't want to make any mistakes and you'd like to sew with a friend, Brittany J. Jones has a wonderful tutorial. If I can find it, I'll link it in the information section below. Alright, so those are all the things that I made in the month of February. I'd like to thank Be Kind for partnering with me for this video. Please do check out their jewelry shop. I do have a discount code. I will insert it on the screen as well as in the description section of this video. Check them out. Use the discount code to save yourself 20% on your purchase. Help them to fulfill their mission in saving the bees. Alright, thank you, and I hope you have a great day and a wonderful week. Bye!